Fred, you were saying?
I was saying welcome. Thank you. As I see on here, we are in our second week of our 12-week series. So I congratulate and salute everybody who are here in attendance and are dedicated. See, one thing we like to always get people to understand is just that it takes a lot of dedication and sacrifice. And for you to start this course, it would really be a huge disappointment to start week 1, come to week 3, make it to week 7, and expect to get all of the nuggets and the training and the expertise it would take to get to this point. We really, really want you guys to realize that this is training that will get you set up to be in position to be $100,000 earner within Evolution Travel. So we welcome those who are dedicated, and we don't have to point you out, guys. You will make yourself relevant within the business, and we will see you. And so we're gonna actually kick off our week 2 training, and then get everything started, guys, and get you guys in the right headspace. But first, let me always ask, like I usually do, how is California looking over there, Toni?
California is beautiful. The rain went away. So it was beautiful today. I'm super excited about everything that's going on. It doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's whatever is going on here. We always understand and know that it's always a better day when evolution is part of it. So super excited about, what we're doing with this 12-week program. Let me tell you guys something. We have had almost 500 people actually register for our ringside training. Super excited about that, because what that means is people are getting the information, they're understanding, they're excited, and I'm super excited to be a part of this learning series that we're doing right now, because when this is over, when this is finished, Fred, we'll have that many more people who are enthusiastic about their business and who know some special little key tricks of the trade that'll be able to help other people learn what they've learned. So I'm excited to see all the people that are going to walk the stage after this 12-week training course, for sure. I'm super excited just looking at the homework, because we didn't ask for the homework to be sent to us, but there were people who were inboxing homework, text messaging homework, emailing homework. I was like, oh my goodness, they are serious about this business.
It shows a little bit of a different dedication, even though
a
lot of people, like to go step by step and go literally like, okay, they said do this and don't do this and don't do that. But some things are, where you set yourself over and beyond. Some people are just a little different, Toni. And then, when it comes to that, it really shows in the work and what you guys are trying to get done. It shows in that aspect. So we salute anybody who does, what we consider to be extra credit, or, giving themselves an opportunity, because we can tell the difference between the people who just want to be seen and the people who desire to be heard. We know the difference. So it's a huge benefit to that. So
well, you know what we should do before we jump into week 2? Let's just kind of review the homework from week 1.
Okay, perfect.
Because there are some people who didn't get the homework, so let's do that. Let's go to the next slide so we can see some of the homework. Now, for those of you who have your homework, take it out, turn your cameras on, show your papers, be proud of the fact that you did your homework. Let everybody see that you've done it. I'm super excited and happy and pleased that people took this seriously, like really seriously. I saw some people posting their homework actually on Facebook. I'm really excited. So what we want to do is kind of go through the questions quickly, and then everybody who's on here who has access to the chat box. I know there are people who are dialing in, so you don't have access to the chat box. Completely okay. We're so glad that you came. We're going to make sure that you get this recording when it's done, but we're glad that you're here to participate. But for those of you who do have access to the chat box, when we ask the questions, please put your answer. Type something quick in the chat box so we can see some of the answers popping up. Okay, now this gentleman does not know that he is on blast right now. He actually emailed me his homework nice and typed up, as you guys can see. I read through it and I was just kind of, in awe of his answers, because a lot of times people think that they can't put forth a lot of effort in their business because they're working or they have school or they have kids. And this gentleman, Scott, actually from the East Coast, is not only getting his MBA, but he runs a full-time program, is very active with his wife. They travel all the time. He's living a full life and working his business full time because he wants the full benefits from it. So kudos to you, Scott. Thanks for your vulnerability. I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I appreciate you for allowing me to do so after the fact. But so the first question, of course, for our homework was, have your goals written down for the week. So how many of you guys wrote your goals down for the week? How many of you guys did your homework, first of all? If you did your homework, let's start there, Fred, right? How many of you actually did your homework, looked at your homework, even if you did a portion of your homework? How many of you guys did your homework? This thing is going crazy. All these people, me.
Hey, Toni.
Yes.
Hey, Toni, what's so hilarious about this? Like, you know, I'm not a school buff, right?
Uh-huh.
And no, it's one of those things where you have to challenge yourself to go back to square one.
Right.
And so, you know, you got a lot of people that are probably on this call that are, you know, remember we was talking about people that just are the cheerleaders and the people that just actually play. We got a lot of people that really just don't think this is important. You know, they like homework. Oh my God, I thought I was being a traveling school again. You know, I do it when I got a chance to. But then you got some people who are really really dedicated to the point where they just know, like, you know, this is what the game is about. You know, this is what we have to do. And it's, you know, and it's funny because when we first got started, we didn't have not 1 ounce of training, of you know, of some type of put together curriculum. We didn't have none of that. And it's just like, it's like a flash where you just be like, wow, you know, when we first started out, we didn't get this type of stuff. Like, where would we be today if somebody really handpicked us and walked us through a 12-week course to be, you know, amazing? And, you know, so funny about that, when you got these super leaders like Tony Robbins and Eric Thomas, when they do courses, they charge $20,000, $30,000 just to show their face. And then you have to pay $200-300 just to go to each seminar, just so you can get all of this information. And I promise you, this information that we're gifting you is very evolution specific. And that's the funny part about it, because, you know, they give you generalized training so you can be great in any business. But we give you exactly the same thing with very specific training to what we're doing specifically. And I don't understand how people just don't take it serious. You know, we're showing the proof. We're giving you guys the opportunity. And, you know, some people are just like, they're too good to write down notes, or they're too privileged to take down homework, right? They're like, man, I'm grown. Like, well, I'm grown. I'll go in there and look at somebody else's homework, you know. And I was laughing at Lynn earlier. Lynn texted me. She said, hey, by the way, I did my homework. I still am a good student. And I was like, that's one of my top producing agents on her way to $100,000 earner ring, and she still does her homework. So I salute her for being a duplicator, you know. And it's huge because, I mean, the best feeling, like I said before, and I tell people all the time, the best feeling for a leader is to see the information that they give to somebody work. And we, you know, we absolutely love that. So salute Miss Lynn who does her job. Toni, we don't have to go through all the answers that we see.
No, not all of them. No, of course not.
So
we're trying to see.
Yeah, some of the questions on here were important to me, because when you look at, you know, what you have to identify, and, you know, who's fighting for your success, and, you know, what are the challenges and things like that. But what I want to point out is just that the part that says what are your challenges, identifying those allow you to put your dukes up, right? And to be able to identify what's in your way, what's holding you back, and what's not allowing you to gift your full potential to the opportunity. And so that is so huge to me. And, you know, I appreciate, like you said before, we can go to the next slide. I appreciate that, you know, that this guy was very transparent. And, you know, when he hit me up, he said, hey, you know, he said, Fred, you know, I did my homework. I would like to send it to you as well. I sent it to Toni. I said, wow, I didn't know we were sending it in. And I said, but you know what? I already know I'm going to see it. And sure enough, you know, Toni was, you know, oh, wow. Hold on. Wait a minute, guys.
It's time to do a dance.
Listen, congratulations, line. I am saluting everybody on the line. I'm absolutely excited. We have hit our goal of 300 participants.
Woo-hoo!
Give yourself a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody.
You guys rock, man. You guys definitely rock, and it's so I'm proud. Like I'm actually proud. Like if my tear ducts work, I would be crying right now. Like it's crazy. Man,
Oh my goodness, that is so good.
You guys make us proud. I promise you. You guys make us proud. I promise you, because we do the best we can. Give you guys all we can, and it's like we would love to have the biggest audience because we know that it works. And I salute you guys. This is not a salute to us. This is a salute to you guys for stepping up, and showing out. Because you already know we are nothing, guys, without you guys. And so we actually put forth the information as much as we possibly can, so you guys can be what we consider great. So give yourself a round of applause, man. Blast it on Facebook. You know, first we were 100 and something strong. Now we're 300 strong. I promise you, before the end of this course, you know, we got an overall goal. If we could get 1,000 people on this call before I'm telling you, I might be feeling a little different again.
You know what? Let me do this. We were only going to keep the homework up for 24 hours. The information that we have for you guys is phenomenal. The worksheet that I have for you guys, all the information, all the training, all the extra stuff that you guys are going to get, because you guys reached your goal for 300 instead of 24 hours. I'm going to leave it up for the entire week. You guys have earned it. I'm not going to take it down. You have everything you need for the entire week. You guys got it. Whatever you need,
you guys get gifted for your excellence, and that's what it's supposed to be about, guys. You guys come up, show out. You should be rewarded for the. Here's the thing, and I want you guys to realize this, Tony. I know you agree with me on this. The reward is just our appreciation, but the work that you're doing is already earned. It's like one of them things where this is where we're supposed to be, right? This is what you're supposed to do. This is what this business is about, you know? So give yourself and your time and energy to being great and learning the information. But as leaders and as gifting, as humble as we are, we like to make sure we reimburse the effort of those who actually try, because I love the fact that our company is huge. We're 7,200, 7,300 partners strong. But we know that the power is in the very, very many, you know, the ones who are on this call, the ones who, you know, show up and show out. That's where the power of this business. And you guys got to understand, Tony, that, you know, we can be 7,000 strong, but those you see and hear from that are actually making waves are the definition of this business. That's what it takes, you know, because those are the ones who are building. Those are the ones who are learning. Those are the ones who are, you know, doing the bookings. Those are the ones that Expedia Tap and everybody talks about when they say you guys are number one. Those are the ones who earn the backdoor credit. So I appreciate you guys. So that's huge. I'm dope. Like I'm always excited.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm super excited because I'm even more excited because what that means is there are going to be more people successful in their business. And we have a super treat for you guys next week. Spoke to Jose. We have some secret travel tips that are going to be given out next week. Jose will have to be a guest on our call next week as well. So if you guys have any questions, we have a special. I don't know why people are calling me right now, and they know that I'm on this call.
On my phone. They don't. Hey, you know, it's so dope that, you know, like this whole training course is not just going to be our perspective, guys. It's going to be, you know, we're going to get some, you know, I got some ideas. I don't want to spoil it, but I got some ideas of things that we're going to incorporate into this 12-week training that you guys are going to hear from some very special and influential people within this line. And they're going to come and actually give you guys, you know, and it's all about support. We love the fact that all of our leaders are on call. We're going to get special leadership. We may even have ulterior leadership that will come and actually bless the line. And that's a blessing for us because we know they have a different advantage of the information. So we got some great things, but that Jose thing is going to be dope. If you guys don't know who Jose is, he's that guy whose voice that gets on the line when we travel. We're going to allow him, you know, excellent opportunity to show you guys how to actually do this business the correct way in the travel portion when you get started and things of that nature. And then he's going to give you guys a couple secrets that probably you may want to know. So I would assume that we should be running from 3 to 4 next week because of actually a lot of travel people like to participate in that extra opportunity. So Man, we might even hit 500, Toni. What you think about that?
I already know, because when they figure out what we got going on, they're going to be so excited, so excited.
Right.
So you guys, I'm excited about week 2. There are certain little hints that we want to give you guys that, you know, sometimes it's just the little things that make the biggest difference in what we're doing in our businesses. And so we want to make sure you guys know from start one exactly how to maximize what you have with your business just by using a couple of little hacks, right, Fred? So this week we want you to know what you have and where it's at.
Perfect. So let's get into this real quick. We're gonna knock this out. You guys are ready?
Let's get into the training.
Let's go ahead and get excited. Like I don't know what it is, Toni. I was about to get on the call, and you know this it's really, really, you know, cold out here in Detroit, and you know the bug goes around, and you know, your voice get itchy, but I'm telling you, my adrenaline takes over when I get on these calls, and there's been plenty of times, Toni. Remember you said I'd be like, I can't really, you know, I'm gonna lay back a little bit. I'm gonna do some training, but I'm gonna just, you know, try. But when I get on, as you guys hype me up, I'd be like, man, listen, ain't nothing gonna stop me from gifting.
Right.
That's what I think I'm here for, guys, to give you guys, we are here to gift you guys whatever we know, so you guys will know everything we have. So let's kick off this week 2 training.
Let's do it. Okay. Let's give them some information. Now, the stuff that we're going to tell you about this week, you guys, remember last week was our day 1. So we're starting our business, and what we want to do is every day we wake up is day 1. Okay, so what are we going to learn today? How are we going to maximize our business today? What are we going to do? So we're going to take the goals and information that we wrote down last week, and we're going to start implementing them into our businesses. You know, whoever you pick for your accountability partner. I know a couple of people didn't have accountability partners, so guess what they did? They went ahead and signed one up. And so now they have an accountability partner. I was like, oh my goodness. The lady told me, hey, I don't have anybody in the business, but my sister likes to travel, so I got her started, and now she's my partner. That is so cool. That is so good. You know, so we want to make sure that when you are getting people in the business, and when you come into the business, you know little things. You know what I mean? So let's talk about that, Fred. Let's talk about some of the small things that, you know, make a big difference.
Right. The little thing can help in a big, big, big way. So, guys, it takes, you know, a little bit of effort to really get the information in front of your face. Now, this is one of the most important keys, guys, and I want you guys to write this down. It's very, very important. It becomes very apparent when you write it down and read it. It's very, very apparent to you when you write it down and put it in front of you. If you guys don't know about vision boards and, you know, affirmations, like I remember I was watching this video one time, and this lady walked into her bathroom, and one part of her mirror was clear. The only part that she actually sits at and actually does her makeup and everything else, but the rest of her mirror was written in, I think it was lipstick, and it was just affirmations all over her big panel window mirror. And it was just like, I am great. She was just saying this type of stuff to herself every single morning. And that's personal affirmations. But like you guys, if you write it down, it becomes more of something you can work with, because we know our mind is so jumbled, and we take in every little bit of information, and it's so, you know, it moves so much that we can't rely on it to, you know, jump in front of us as we, you know, see fit. So we have to rely on some of the most conventional ways to stay in the loop and actually stay focused and stay sharp. So here's some of the key, guys. Use your worksheets, you know, your contacts, your bookings, checklists, position charts. Those are things that we need to have in front of us, guys. If you guys don't have a Rolodex of contacts, like if you have a client that actually booked something with you, I've heard some of the key that I know, Toni, you can reiterate on this. I've heard people that have booked a trip with you, and like they booked the trip for July, they took the trip. I've heard that, you know, some people will call that person when they get back and say, how was your trip? Make sure you let me know, you know, if you need anything else. If you like, we can get you scheduled for another trip for next year. We can start doing the bookings now. If you had a great time, I know there's a resort down the way you might have missed. But that right there, it's your clientele, guys. If you guys have a huge clientele, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars in travel, because when the word gets out that you a boss in the travel space, the contacts are real. Yeah. Like some of us got 300 contacts in our phone, and we only talk to 2 people a week. Like that's crazy, guys. Have the right contacts and have them at your hand. Like detail yourself in your phones and on paperwork and things like that. And I know you can talk more about the bookings, Toni, right?
Right. So now, first of all, compliments of Frederick and I, you guys will have all of these sample worksheets tonight. Okay, so they will be available to you by midnight. So you'll have a contact sheet, you'll have a booking form, you'll have a checklist, you'll have all the position charts that you need, and you'll be able to fill them out. Only thing we ask you guys to do is to go get you an Evo binder. Go get you a binder, print this stuff out, and keep them in your binder so you have them for everything. But we'll make sure that tonight all this stuff will be available. There'll be a link for you to go to this evening, so check on Facebook. You'll also get an email, ask your friends, but the link will be available tonight at midnight. I'm saying midnight for a reason.
Hey, Toni, so, I remember the day we told them to get the binders. I wonder how many people already have them. That's the
they probably
we
do.
dropped so many nuggets. I promise you, you guys don't even, like, it slipped through the but we be like, hey, get you a binder. We got something coming to fill it, you know. Get you a binder. They like, I ain't get no binder. I ain't in elementary school. They said elementary. No, I'm not elementary.
You so crazy. Right. So listen, at midnight, you guys, there's going to be a link that's going to come out for you guys to go to that link, and all of those documents will be there for you to download, and you'll have the information, you'll have the recording of this call, you'll have every single thing you need, and you'll have instructions on how to use these lists. So if you have contacts, maybe people who want to get started or you've talked to before, there'll be a list for you to keep that stuff in one place. Your bookings, although yes, you're going to track your bookings, but like Fred said, after your bookings have been put into the system, you want to have a space to check off, yes, I got paid, and another space to check off, yes, I followed up with my client. So you're getting back with them and saying, hey, how was your trip? You want to make sure you have that. So this worksheet that you're going to get is going to have all that stuff there for you, so you can just check it off. Your checkoff list is going to be a list to let you know, did I do this? Did I do this? Did I do this? Did I do this? Okay, cool. My first 7 days in the business. And it's not the 7-day sheet that we already have, you guys. It's something totally different that we revamped just for you, just for this training. So that's going to be available also. And the position charts. A lot of times people forget what you need to get to what position. Let me ask you guys a trick question. How many people do you need to sponsor your business to be a bronze consultant? How many people know? How many people do you need in your business direct to be a bronze consultant? Fabulous. I saw somebody put a wrong answer, so I'm so happy that we're going to give you guys all the right answers. Also, what's going to be included in there, because guess what? We are worldwide travel agents, right? And sometimes we get a little confused. We might not know what time it is on the East Coast, on the West Coast, PST, EST, CST, MST, Hawaii time, Alaska time. So I'm also going to include in there a time zone chart for you, so you know exactly what the time zones are everywhere. We work all over the world. So it's really important that when you're calling back a customer, you're calling back a client, you're calling back a prospect, that you know which time zone you're calling to, so that you can make sure you're calling them at a decent time, right? You don't want to call them at 4 in the morning because it's 7 for you. So we want to make sure you guys get all that information. So that's coming tonight with the worksheets. Super cool to be able to do that. And the bookings are important. The bookings are really important because your money is important. Speaking of, I actually spoke to the COO before this call started, and we want to make sure that you guys put your Akimbo card number in your back office. So we're going to talk about that a little bit further on in our training today, but it's really important so that you get paid, that you get your information in there. So yeah, those worksheets are coming. You guys are going to love them. I promise it's going to make your job so much easier.
Now, Toni, did you talk about the smartphones yet?
No, let's talk about it.
That boy real quick, but listen, the smartphones, guy. Now this right here, I'm telling you, they call them smartphones for a reason. Like, you have to understand, like, you can use your phone for 1,000,001 things, and guys, you pay $400 or $500 for these phones and don't even use them to the best of their abilities. They have phones out here, guys, that are absolutely amazing if you look through the phone and use it the right way. I love my phone, guys, because, you know, utilize the contacts. You can set up groups in your phones and the contacts. You can literally have 5 or 10 people you set up into that got started. When you save them in your phone, you can put them in a group as new agents, and you can text them all at once. And you got apps that allow you to text hundreds of people at the same time. You guys have to learn how to use the devices that you paid your money for to be greater, you know. And it's like, you know, like I said before, we're humans and we have human tendencies to, not forget, or, things get in the way, and our mind is focused on one thing at one time. So it's great to use your alarm settings, guys. Like I said before, I tell people all the time, what's the first biggest alarm you should have on your phone? All right, right now, guys, pick up your phone. Let's do this. Pick up your phone and set the alarm. Go on there and set every Tuesday, right, at 8:55 p.m. Eastern, 5:55 p.m. Pacific. Set the timer on your phone and actually go in the note section of that part and say, raw choices, collaboration call, don't miss it. And put the code in there. And if you set that, guys, you will never miss this call. It's like, even if we, put the information out, the leaders are the ones we don't have to tell. The leaders are the ones, there you go, Aisha. The leaders are the ones that we don't have to look out for. Like, all the people that we send information to, the ones who hit us up. Like, I love when, remember the Toni, like, we had them days where we were rushing to get back to the call and we were busy. And we had people calling us at, 8:59, like, where you guys at? Are you guys gonna like, we're coming. Just give us the second major call that you should have on there is our founders call, right? We have the information kicked out on, I think it's 9:30 on Sundays, Eastern time, and 6:30 on Sundays Pacific. Even some of the travel training, like Ron's call, or I believe it's Thursday nights, I believe. Ron Archer's call, he gives a call out that you should have, where you got the guy who backs our company 150%. He's going to get on there and talk, and a lot of times he get on there and just have conversations with people. A lot of people don't know that you actually call and talk to him. But those are some of the major calls that you should have alarms for. And not only that, here's another kicker, Toni. How about setting an alarm for when you're supposed to call your clients back? How about that? I know sidetracking, and you can be very punctual by saying, hey, watch the script. Hey, listen, would you mind if I call you back in about 30 minutes? I know the video is about 22 minutes long, but I'm going to set a reminder so I can call you back in 30 minutes. If that's a good time, can I call you back and we can actually go over things that you loved about the call? And they'd be like, yes. And you call exactly 30 minutes later, And that's what you're like, okay, this person is punctual, this person is professional, and I appreciate that. Even if they don't pick up the phone, you cannot fault yourself for doing your job. That's if they don't answer the phone, that's fine. Leave a nice, polite message like, hey, this is Fred. I was giving you a call back as we recommended. I was calling to see what was the best things you liked about the call. Hey, listen, as a courtesy, I'm going to call you back in another 5 or so minutes. But if you actually get this message, call me back at 313-77, and you leave a number, then you call back again. Some people got to understand that you can't fault them. Here's the reason why. Write this down, guys. You can't fault them for what they don't know, okay? Like, a lot of us be like, that person ain't do this, they ain't like this. But I'm telling you, if you be humble enough as a leader to say, I just didn't do my job to get them informed properly, because I believe, and I have confidence in myself to know that my business is 100% proof. And that's how I feel. That's how Toni feels. Toni, I'm telling you, there could be any doctor and lawyer, psychiatrist, or anybody can come and talk to Toni. Toni be like, hello, I'm fabulous today. Listen, I don't care what you're doing, travel works. So here's it, and she will get them to sign up. And I'm like, who is this person? And be like, yeah, she's just a millionaire in California, but it's that other. And I'll be like, you walked up to her, or she walked up, and thought she was a boss. And before the end of the conversation, she's fascinated by what Toni does because of her energy, and her focus. Like David said a long time ago, he got on a plane in a jogging suit with his hair braided to the back, sat next to a doctor, and the doctor said, wow, I went through all this and you make twice as much as what I make a year. I'm fascinated because we know the potential of our business and we can have an open conversation with anybody. So I want you guys to realize that it's all about the fact that you have to be the most informational person to get them to understand the business. That's why I love three-way calls. I wonder if anybody did that last week, right?
Actually, you know what? I had a few three-ways, so some people did do that three-way call homework portion of it. I know we didn't write that part down, but some people did do it for sure.
Toni.
Yes?
Guess what?
What?
We had 350. Woo, woo. Listen, y'all don't know. We get
Oh
excited
my
over the little
goodness.
because
Oh
we know
no,
little
Kiana
things.
Brown messed it up.
Look, look, she did. Look, we're gonna fault her for that. She dropped the number down.
Right, right.
Anyway,
Well,
uh,
listen, let me give them the hint about the contacts, because
okay,
there's a lot more than just contacts. What I want you guys to do, and this is actually part of your homework, in your contacts, how many times have you guys gotten to the point where, like, oh my goodness, my mind just went blank. What is my agent ID? Oh my goodness, what is the IATAN number? Oh wow, I forgot the address to Archer. Those should be in your contacts. I want everybody to get a contact that says IATA number. Put it under IATA number, and put the
right.
company IATA number as the phone number or as part of the last name or
You know
whatever.
that, Tony? I
Huh?
got all in my description in my own. You know, you can set your phone.
Exactly.
Like my phone, like I literally have my medical ID number here. Like literally, like I'm talking about my Facebook name, my own.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Like if something ever happens or something like that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
somebody can pick up my phone and say, Siri, whose phone is this? And they'll
Right.
say my name, you know, they'll say my name and my contact information. Everything pops up because, you know, I got all my email addresses, I got all my codes, I got everything. You know, a lot of people are scared of technology, but technology
Right.
is here to help us better. You know, like this
Right.
lady the other day, I don't put my credit card on anything. I said, well, what's the purpose of having a credit card? Like you're gonna
Right.
walk around cash in. I said, listen, you FDIC insured. Trust the system because the system is built not to get you. You know, don't answer Habib when he call you and tell you that you know he need money in Africa, and if you send him $3, he'll send you 3 million. That's a
Right.
different game. But you
Right.
know, or somebody that says if you give me $30, I give you 300 back. Like, come on, like be
Mm-hmm.
realistic. Right. So, you know, right. There you go. ICE in case of emergencies. Like
There
use
we
your
go.
phone and the
Use
technology.
your phone.
Soon enough,
Yes.
our phones are gonna be in our arms. Like we're
Oh
gonna want
my goodness.
phones to be embedded in our arms. But
That's
last
crazy.
but not least, guys, text messages, right? Text messages are huge. I got text messages from the first day my phone was turned on. And that's
Mm-hmm.
crazy because I'm gonna tell you what I've done. I will scroll all the way down to my text message, and then like somebody will text me and be like, "Hey, you know, how's everything going?" And I'll go through all our text messages just to remember the conversation because we're not gonna remember it all right off rip. So I'll be like, "Oh, I remember this person." Boom, and it'll be a blank number, and I can save it or whatever the case may be. But I'll go through the text messages, and I'll be like, "Okay, I remember the conversation." And I'm telling you, the best thing you could ever do to a client if you never talked to them in a long time is just to be like, hey, Miss Jones, it's great talking to you again. I remember the last time we talked to X, Y, and Z. They'd be like, wow, this guy is sharp. You know, he remembers all. Like, I got a lady that I talked to on the plane. This was about a year or so ago. And I literally was like, checked on, I like scrolled through my message. I was like, hey, who is this? And I scrolled through and I was like, I remember pitching her. And I remember talking to her. And then when I hit her back, I said, hey, you know, how you doing? I remember we talked a long time ago. She said, you know what? I've been thinking about that, but I forgot your number. I forgot your
Wow.
number. She was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
so glad because I've been going through so much because you don't know what people are going through. I've been going
Mm-hmm.
so much and I just could not remember your name and number.
Right.
Listen, I'm so glad you reached out to me. I am ready to get started. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know because this is God sent. Like you hit me up at the right time and I'm ready to go. Like you have no idea how many people, and there's some of us on this line that literally be like, I ran out of my contacts. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Oh my goodness.
No, you didn't. No, it's not even possible. If you go through your numbers, because you have over 300, and I tell this story all the time, Tony, when I told this one lady, she said, I don't talk to people. And I said, here, take this clicker, and every time you have a conversation, just reach in your pocket and click it. So what happened was, literally, she came back to me within the middle of the day and said, listen, okay, I'm convinced. I didn't know it. I didn't pay attention to it, but I've had a conversation with over 300 people, and it's only 7 o'clock. And I was like, all right, let's get started. I thought you didn't have any clientele. You have clientele all over the globe, so use that. So that's huge, guys. That's very huge.
Super good. You know, and just there's so much power in the small things that we just keep with us. If you just use them to maximize their abilities and what they can do for you, you can definitely increase your business and cut down a lot of stress on your part. If you let your smartphone work a little bit smarter, you don't have to work so hard.
Well, let's go to the next slide.
Yes, let's talk about the tools that we have because there's so many tools.
Like, listen, Tony, listen, I have to give you Like we're a team, guys. You know, that's my PIC. She does the work, but I have to give you majority of this credit, and I want to salute you on the line in front of over 350 people to let them know that I'm telling you, the genius that comes behind this is coming off that brain in California, Miss Toni Ward. I just, listen, she asked me for insight. I add my insight. I proofread. I help. We you know, sometimes I come off the dome. Toni, remember the times I call you? It'll be like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, my time. And I call you like, write this down. It's on my head. I just woke up. Boom, 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 boom. And it turns into the best training ever because we go off the hip. And you guys have to know that it just really takes you, like when you get something inspiring on your brain and you want to go do it, guys, write it down and do it. Like, it's very, very simple. Like, a lot of us don't understand that I know you don't write it down, but procrastination hesitation is the death of success. Please write that down, because you have to realize when you put something off to the side, life will make sure you miss it. You know, it'll make sure you miss it. It's going to get in the way. You have to be able to go back to it. So this website right here has been one of the dopest, I promise you, the dopest, most informational websites that we have had an opportunity to create. www.welcometoevolution.com. Write it down, tattoo it on your arm, put it on your dashboard. I mean, literally, I'm gonna tell you something that's funny, Toni. Let me tell you a little secret I do. Okay, I go to the or if I go to any Best Buy or anything, you know, they had the computers on display. I bet you what I do. I bet you can finish this on what I do, because I know.
I already know.
I put my website. I put Welcome to Evolution on one. I put Frederick Howell website on the other. I go on there and I literally put all this information. Like, I do it on the phones. Like I take a picture of my car to put on the phone, because, you know, people are nosy. People are gonna come up and touch it and look at it and be like, "What is this?" And I'll be like, "Oh, that's Evolution Travel. Isn't it great? Like, look at it. It's dope." And I promise you it works, because people will call you and they look at the contact information at the bottom. And listen, I might be almost as crazy as Toni, but listen, crazy works in this business. Crazy makes it happen. When you think outside the box, you become the most creative genius. And those are the ones who are walking around multi-billionaires because they were crazy enough to try it. And don't be timid, guys. Just make it happen. So it's dope. But listen, emails. I know it's a pastime. I
Check
get
your
it.
emails.
You got 1,000,001 emails, but listen, create a new. Toni, listen, they need to go in their back office.
Yes.
First, they need to go on Gmail or something. Gmail is dope. I don't know if you guys got Gmail, but you got Yahoo. I'm sorry. Listen, get Gmail. Yahoo. Right. Get Gmail. Go sign a Gmail account and say, you know, such and such travel agent at gmail.com. Something simple. Create it, right? And then go in your back office, go on your personal part of your back office and change your email. And that way, all the specific emails you get will come straight to your phone from Evolution. You do not want to miss it. If you go on your emails today and you don't get emails, you'll be like, I don't get no email. And you don't check your spam to really get that back into your inbox. Guys, how serious are you? We have to get the emails. That's the best and most formidable way we can reach every single one of you. And I promise you, the information on there, if you actually look at it, we get people to reinstate. We get people to come back to the business. We get people to focus. I mean, and this is very tedious. And I want you guys to be humble enough to realize there's a lot of work that goes into shooting these emails out. A lot of typing, a lot of research, a lot of job forms, a lot of GoDaddy.pro. It takes a lot of information. And I know, you know, Toni, this is a full-time job. Toni literally makes this a full-time job. When she wakes up, we're talking about Evo. We're talking about the money. We're talking about the business. We're talking about the clients. Every single day. There hasn't been one day I can recall in the 3 years of us dominating this business, guys, or in this industry, it hasn't been a day I can remember that me and Toni have not talked about making this business better. I can't remember a day. And that's huge to me. You know, we're always looking to make it better. So emails, guys. Go in your back office, create a new email address, go in the back office, switch it up, make sure you got it connected to the business. So when we do send you out information, you are connected, and that's huge.
And let me tell you something. Let me give you guys something extra. I just thought about this right now. For everybody who's registered in week1.info, for everybody who's on here who's registered in week1.info, right? I'm going to say it again, week1.info. Don't even worry about having to look on Facebook. Yes, I'm going to post it on Facebook, but I will personally send you an email this evening. Whether or not you are on Fred and I's team or not, you will get an email from us. Okay, so register and you'll get it. I know people are like, oh, well, we didn't get it. We're not on your team. Well,
Toni,
guess what? You're
we
going
don't
to get it right.
we got a we don't have
What?
a team. We don't have a team.
We have evolution. We're evolution. We are evolution.
Raw is your definition. Choices is my definition.
There we go.
Raw Choices is nothing but a movement. It's not a team.
There we go.
If it's 350 people that haven't signed into this call, we can only probably take credit for 200. The rest of you guys, we don't consider you guys stragglers. We don't consider you guys times. We don't consider you guys little secret agents. So don't be worried. Up on this call and your name is on there. Don't be worried about if your upline cares about you being on this call. Listen, you are responsible for you, right? You are. Listen, we got leaders that don't want to acknowledge leadership that will sign in on the call on a different phone. Like, come on, man. Come on, get on the phone and actually, share some insight. Come help us build this movement, because we don't denounce anyone, guys. We because we understand the power of this business. We understand, like my homie Dwayne over there. He's like dope, right? That's my videographer over there. But listen,
it's crazy stuff.
We want to make sure you guys understand, right? No secret squirrels. We want to make sure you guys understand that no matter where you are in this whole entire downline, I think my downline lineage is about 60 something deep, right? Well, no matter where you are in anyone's downline, if you win, we all win and we all eat. So why not, right? Why not? So it's very important that you guys tune in. We don't care who tunes in. We just like the numbers. We like to just make sure everybody get it. We just
Yeah, and you know what? It's like, I promise you, in the last 15 seconds, 40 people have gone to week1.info. It's popping up on my phone. I wish you could see my phone. It's like, you're overworking me, lady.
Hey, let's get it. Hey, so who do I contact for? Like,
okay. Let me explain that. So a lot of times people have questions or like, well, I put something over here. Nobody's responding. What do I do? Nobody's returning. You need to know who to contact, what for. You can't call McDonald's and tell them you had a problem with Burger King. You're not going to get any kind of reception for that. You got to get the right department with the right question for the right answer. And we want to make sure you guys know that when you have a travel question, when you have a commission question, when you have a question about your reinstatement, when you have a question about how to book something, we want to make sure you know where to go for those answers. So of course, guess what? That will be provided this evening in the worksheet, where to go for what question.
All right, when she said, guess what? When you say, guess what? I'll be like, here we go. Watch this. Guess what? For you guys today.
Guess what?
Listen, guys, your passion and desires, enthusiasm is infectious, right? I can promise you that I can do weird stuff. Like me and Toni could be walking somewhere and I see a group of ladies having a group conversation. I'll be like, Toni, just go sit in their conversation. I bet you, I promise you, Toni would have issued everyone a card, had got them thinking about travel, and would have butted in on a whole patch of females in conversation. And that's her enthusiasm, guys. It's infectious. So use that to the best of your abilities. Deidre, can you hit the next slide so we can run through this training? Because we're going to make this a 2 hour to look. It's almost 2 hours.
I'm go.
Your back office is the portal to your success, guys. Your back office is the portal to your success. You have to use it. Like, people who don't sign in their back office every day is not, you need to know the numbers, guys. You guys don't even know, like, you probably know 70% of the ins and outs. But I promise you, I can ask some questions on here. So people be like, what does that mean? Like, what is the numbers? Did you know that this number means this and this number means that? And if you calculate this number, you can figure out what your platinum actually is and how many people count for it. Like, you got to know that stuff. So know what's on the menu, guys. We put everything in the back office. We got to figure out what's back there. The best thing you could ever do is visually be able to tell somebody, hey, when you click in and you sign into the account, when you go down and scroll down and you hit to the left and you got these 3 little slashes, you hit that and open that up. And then there's things like your travel portal and your PTA test. And if you scroll all the way down to your personal information, you can change your email. I don't have to look at my page to know where that stuff is at, guys. If it's very important that you guys utilize the back office and you know what the options mean. What do the options mean? What does this mean? And I'm gonna tell you the best way you can figure all that out is to click it.
Right. Click it.
Click it and have fun, guys. Click it and click it and click it and click it. And then you'll find the things you need to know. And just do a little reading, guys. It's okay. It's okay. It's information. Knowledge is the most powerful thing. It's not money. It has nothing to do with position and respect or nothing like that. When you know what you know, you can move and do it, right? Click it and look at it and read it and influence yourself. You know, where's the magic blue button? Guys, it's the biggest blue button on the screen. It can't be missed. When you go in your back office, that is your key to figure it out. Click the blue box, guys. And how long does it take for someone to get back to me? Now, here's the patience of the business. Okay, understand that we don't have an office of 3,000 people. We don't have, you know, we don't have this and we don't have that. What we do have is somebody back there working, or some people work back there working.
Diligently working.
Every day, diligently. I'm talking about to the point where behind closed doors, there are people sweating bullets because they are working for your success. So don't be impatient, guys. Let the system work itself. You know, when we get to the point where we're at 100,000 partners, I promise you, knowing David, we're going to have evolution centers. We're going to have buildings here and there. We're going to have people actually working this business. And we just got our actual director we just hired, who is helping us professionalize our business. Miss Tina Turner, guys, she's a published author, a great person that's literally helping us be as great as possible. So, you know, just let the process work, and we'll get you guys back to get you the information back to where you need. Deidre, next slide.
Fred is rushing. He wants to eat his dinner.
Hey, listen, I gotta eat both ways, right? Food and in business, right?
Right.
Toni, let's go over this homework for you guys. I know there's somebody. I know her homework. Yes. Homework.
Here's the homework, and I'm actually going to add something to this homework, so it'll be different when you get it in your email, because we're going to add on there that we want you to click on every single menu button, and there's going to be a little scavenger hunt. I want you to find something in there, because there's something in there that will help you with your taxes. And I'm going to see who can find that tax sheet that you're going to give to your tax preparer to write off all of your deductions. I mean, all of your monthly stuff. There is a secret, and I'm going to see who can find it. You'll be able to find it if you click on every single menu button. So that's going to be added. And we want to set your contacts in your smartphone. For those of you who have already done it your way, that's fine. This is just another example that we want you to set these contacts. Set it under IATA number, set it under Evolution Agent ID, set it under some stuff where you're like, oh my God, what's my agent ID? You can just go to agent ID and it's right there, okay? We want you to announce yourself on Facebook and Instagram, whatever social media you have, announce yourself. Put a picture of your certificate and say, I am a professional travel agent. I can help you book your trips. Put whatever you want. We're about to get into marketing.
Very simple.
Yeah, super simple. Do not put a paragraph about your life story and how you became a travel agent after you had to walk through the dirt with no shoes. We just want you to put something super simple, no more than 2 sentences, and that's it. We're getting into marketing. We're getting into booking travel. We're going to get into qualifying your clients. So we want you to be able to market your business. So we're setting you guys up for next week's training, because next week, your business is going to explode. Tell your friends, okay? So announce yourself on Facebook. We want you to send a text message to 25 people. We talked about text messaging and how it can work for you, right? 25 people, letting them know that you are an agent. Send them a copy of your certificate and just those 2 little lines. Hey, John, in case you didn't know, I'm now a professional travel agent. If you or anybody you know needs anything, contact me first. I want to help, okay? Fred and I are also going to show you how to personalize your business so that you can have certain forms to use when you are booking travel for other people or collecting information. Jose is going to talk to you about qualifying your client. We're going to talk to you about how to get information. Should I share that with him, Fred, or should I not share with him? Should I share it? I share it.
Let's let them wait till next week.
Okay, I'm going to share something super special with you guys next week to see. And you guys, when you see that, you're going to be like, oh my God, I need to know how to do that. And what we're going to add in the homework, will be the instructions on how to do what I'm going to tell you about next week. But you're going to be super excited. Everybody who we've done this for has been successful in their travel bookings. Okay, so get those 25 things out. Daily mirror talk. The person that you can control the most is the person in that mirror. Okay, so every day you're going to do some daily mirror talk. What are you going to do today for your business? How do you feel today? Oh, no.
In the mirror. Okay, so
I was like, what is going on? Mute, please. Oh. Okay, so you also want to start focusing on what type of travel you want to focus on. What do you like? Do you like cruises? Do you like all-inclusive resorts? Are you more of a luxury type of girl? Do you want to focus on I had a guy yesterday who's in a wheelchair. He wants to focus on travel for the disabled. Super cool niche to have, because there's so many people that need that. You know, we have people who deal with medical travel. You know, not medical like they're hurt, but medical like they want to go to Brazil and get new body parts. So figure out what it is you want to focus on. Is it destination weddings? Is it family travel? Is it, what do you want to do? Start thinking in your head what you want your niche to be, because as a specialist in the area, you're going to double your money in the travel industry. So start thinking about what you want to do.
One time, Patrice was the only she was the only corporate. That's wrong. It's actual one. We correct that on the notes. Somebody's put week 1 ONE is week 1, the actual number .info. Okay, cool, perfect. So listen, guys. Patrice was the only person doing corporate travel at first. When we first started, remember she had that booking that was something $100,000,
$300,000.
I was like, everybody was like, what? Like, that's possible? But like, man, anything's possible when it comes down to you being able to book. Man, we got people that, I had a lady that joined our business. She's pretty dope in the organization. She worked for a law firm, and she was really, really scared because she was in charge of booking the travel for her lawyer and everybody within the office, because they were traveling so much and doing X, Y, and Z. She was in charge of doing that. She was so scared getting in trouble, right? She's like, I'm getting in trouble. She told the lawyer, she finally was like, listen, I became a travel agent. I can help out, try to get you some discounts and X, Y, and Z. I appreciate it if you allow me to book it through myself as a client. He said, hold on, wait a second. So she got scared, right? He went in his office and grabbed his Rolodex and gave it to her and said, hey, listen, you can book all the clients for all my friends and all my partners. You can do all of that. And she was like, oh my God. So she been booking, like she literally been booking so much, she ain't even really built her business. She just been like, I'm booking this, I'm booking that, I'm booking this. So every time her clients, like her, like she was just an assistant, right? She was just an assistant, but he would be like, I need a flight to Vegas. I need a flight to Florida in the morning. I need this, I need that. And she would just be like, I'm scared. Like I said, stop being scared and announce your business. Like, this is what you do. Tell them, like, it helps, and like, it's a dope situation. So don't be afraid of being proud of your business. Like, it's so dope, like, just to be able to know what you're capable of, and like she just said before, create your niche, right? Your niche is, literally what you can be great at. And it doesn't take for you to be a Toni Ward or a Fred Howell, because I know, everybody should know that I would, if I had an option, A or B, book a trip to Jamaica or sign up 10 people. I'm going to look to the right and I'm going to go sign those people up, because that's my niche. Right. My niche is being able to get you to understand your business. Now, Toni, on the other hand, she dope, right? She might be booking your trip while putting you in the business, right? So it might be the same thing, but you got people that have, their niche is just literally something so perfect to them that it works. So stick to your niche and learn your business, because my forte was, I knew what I was great at. And when I got started, building my business was something that I had to dedicate myself to. And it wasn't that I didn't get clients. Like, you could ask people within my business, like my partners like Lynn or Toni or Terrera, that I knew were dope in building the clientele in travel. And I would easily be like, hey, listen, and excuse my terminology, but I am very professional. But I'd be like, listen, I have a dope partner who assists me in this type of opportunity. I'm going to have her give you a call. She's going to get your trip set up and get you situated. And if you have any questions, myself or her, you can actually call and actually get the information. She called them right after and said, hey, listen, I work with Mr. Howe. We're good friends, but I do help him with his bookings. Let's get you together. They put all the information together, and all she ever does was like, hey, she's booking this, she's booking that. She actually asked for another trip. We talk and converse. And you know what I do? Because we're capable of doing it, we split the commission or we share it or whatever. And I'm not gonna say I don't care about it, but whatever she sends me, it works. And she does exactly the same thing to her clients and her partners. And she showed me the other day, like one of her clients literally sent her $250 out of the blue. Like not her client, but one of her partners. Sent her $250 out the blue. And all she said was, I appreciate you for giving me and gifting me this business. And I was like, wow, like it's so powerful. Like you guys have no idea the generosity that we share in being able to help people accommodate them in travel. When they ask me all the time, what is it that you really honestly do? And my answer is not I book travel, not I do this. I say I educate people in the art of being efficient in travel. That's all I do. And I can say that because you have to understand the dynamics behind the travel. The young lady I was just talking about, we were going over some training. Yes, I do travel training. It's at my own time. So boom, bada bing. So check this out. She literally was going through a trip that we were going through together, and she was going through, and I was saying stuff to her like, yeah, so, you got to go in here and put that. And then sometimes when you send an email, you have to boom, 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 boom. She was like, oh, I taught you well. I was like, dope. I do know it. So, I can consider myself a travel booker too. So at the end of the day, I do know how it works, but I know what I'm great at, I know what I'm great at. So be focused on that, guys, and put your focus towards that. So hopefully, guys, you guys got your homework wrote down. You guys are focused on doing everything you need to do with the business. I'm looking so forward to next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Am I right when I say 8 p.m. Central? Dope, because I know my time zones. I'm in there. I'm in the box. Time zones. See, you're not a real travel agent if you don't know time zones, right? But hey, look at the secret, though. All the time zones are all at the same time. I just want to make sure I throw that out there so you guys know. So 6 o'clock is 9 o'clock at the same time. Boom. So, so just know that it's dope. So make sure you guys know exactly how this business works. Have a great time with this homework, guys. Set your contacts in your smartphone. Announce yourself on Facebook. Again, every Tuesday when we say it, just do it, right? Because some people ain't seeing it. Go on there and tell people, go back to your first certificate you ever got and say, hey, listen, I don't know if you know or not, but I am a very excited travel agent with Evolution Travel, and I'm just here to help. Let me help you out. Give me a trip I can actually book for you guys. Be excited. Post a picture. Smile and nod. Do whatever you got to do. I mean, whenever you do anything, like go to an event and you bought it in the back office, or if you take a flight, take a picture, guys. Use your phone to the best of your abilities. Use the technology that God has gifted us and what we have evolved into, and actually share with the world to do your best when you do it, guys. I appreciate you guys joining on the line. Toni, dope training. I appreciate you for joining on and helping us, helping the company be as great as possible. We are creating history over here, and we want to salute you guys and hands down with that. Yeah. Toni, do you have anything else you want to share before we close the line up?
Do your homework, everybody. Do your homework.
You sound like Lynn. FPK, do your homework.
Okay, we'll see you at the bank and at the beach, you guys. Thank you for participating. Make sure you download your worksheets. Make sure you get your binder. I promise you, this is going to help your business if you decide to implement the things that Fred and I have to say. So with that being said, Fred, go ahead and let's close this out.
Salute. I appreciate you. You know what I can't really wait for at the end of this? When we do the review, the after action review after this 12 weeks, so we can get the insight. And this is going to be something that's going to go down in history, guys. We're giving you guys the best. I promise you, it's going to get better than this. If we do a 12-week course now, I promise you later on in the year, we're going to turn it into a 6-week course where we're going to be very, very condensed and very specific. This is what we do, guys. And we want to make sure you guys benefit. So those of you who love this, post it, share it, tell the world that I am in a 12-week training course to be $100,000 earner in Evolution Travel. Mark my words, I will be there soon. Watch me. Join me or watch me. Either way it goes. Support me or don't. It's going to happen. So I salute you guys. Like Toni said, meet you at the beach in the bank. I appreciate you guys being on the line. Have a great evening. Enjoy your new year. And we salute you guys on behalf of Raw Choices Collaboration Call. I'm 2-star Platinum Fred Howell and Miss Toni Ward, the awesomest trainer in the whole entire business. We salute you guys tonight, and you guys to be back and enjoy your night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.